Hello and welcome to Cunning to the Ball and the Post-Truth Apocalypse. I'm Ben. This week I'm hanging out with Mike.
Hello.
Claire.
Hey.
And the ghost of Pete. What's that, ghost of Pete? You're not actually dead. Crack on. No, he's not. He's fine. He's just too hot.
He's too hot.
It's
Man's too
30
hot.
degrees
The man apparently is too hot. It might be 30 degrees in the UK. We do not have air conditioning, but Pete has decided he doesn't want to come and sit in a room and do a podcast
On a leather sofa.
on a leather sofa in a leather outfit.
That's what he wears every week,
Yeah.
isn't it? Like chaps.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell, Pete.
Oh, imagine wearing chaps on that leather sofa
Oh,
in this
yeah.
heat. Your ass cheeks would just be sweating.
I'd rather not imagine Pete wearing chaps on my leather sofa then.
You'd be two round fucking sweat patches left after he gets up. But yes, anyway, we are in the middle of a heat wave in the UK, but you know it's all alright because England is still in the World Cup
Yes.
at the time of recording. Today we're going to talk about the peculiar English prophetess and her box.
Oh.
Joanna Southcott's box.
As in a real box?
No, just a physical box, not
Yeah.
her. But we do focus slightly on her box.
Right. But she's actually got
vagine.
a box. Is it
Yeah.
metal, wooden?
It's a wooden box
Wooden box, okay.
full of prophecies, but we'll get to it.
Ooh.
So, somewhere in England right now, there is a locked wooden box, but nobody agrees on exactly where. Nobody agrees exactly what's in it. But for the better part of 200 years, a small and devoted group of people have believed with total unshakable sincerity that Nigel Farage should be PM. No, I'm sorry.
It's not
What?
small, is it?
No,
It's quite a large,
a small
devoted group of people.
No, total unshakable sincerity. That the fate of the nation depends on getting 24 bishops of the Church of England into a room with it and cutting the string.
Right.
The woman who packed that box died in 1814, convinced she was carrying the literal second coming of Christ inside her own body, despite the fact she was 64, never been married, and famously virgin.
Okay.
Well, so was Mary, to be fair.
Mary was married.
If it's led to be believed.
Oh yeah, as if she was a virgin after the Roman legions had fucking hammered through Galilee. Of course she was. Yeah. Anyway, when the birth, she promised 100,000 followers. She had 100,000 followers in the UK. When the baby failed to arrive, she didn't recant. She just sealed up a load of papers, wrote a set of instructions for the end of the world, and left England with a task it still technically hasn't finished.
What? That is what?
We don't know.
Oh.
Until the 26 archbishops of the Church of England are gathered into the room and they cut that seal.
There isn't the
On
one
the book
problem.
that can't be on the box that can't be found.
Yes.
Okay.
Or someone's got it, but we don't know who.
Isn't something meant to happen though when they open the box?
No, we're going to find out how England will endure during the end of the world. All prophecies for the end of the world. We'll get into it.
Okay.
This is the story of Joanna Southcott, dairymaid, domestic servant, self-declared prophetess, and the box she left behind that has outlived her by 2 centuries, survived being opened at least once already. We'll get to that. There's a certain individual who opened that box who I do not trust.
Allegedly.
No, I do not.
No, allegedly, did he definitely open it or?
Oh no, he opened a box.
Yeah.
Whether it was the
That's what I
box is a different matter, but he definitely opened a box.
Okay.
A religious movement that built its own private Garden of Eden in a terraced house in Bedford, and turned up as a punchline in Monty Python and a plot device in a Terry Pratchett novel. So, Joanna Southcott, born in April 1750 in the tiny Devon hamlet of Tailford and raised in the nearby hamlet of Gittisham. Her father William ran a small farm, and it's about as unremarkable a start in life as you could invent. She did dairy work as a girl, and after her mother died, she went into domestic service, first as a shop girl in Honiton and then as a servant in Exeter. There's a small, sharp detail from this period is worth noting. According to a later account, she was eventually dismissed from a position after a footman whose romantic attention she'd rejected told their employer she was growing mad. Growling mad. Oh, growing mad. In other words, the footman couldn't believe.
What, she turned him down?
She turned him down. She must be mad.
Dare she?
Have you seen my penis? It doesn't even have the pox. This is the 1700s. A lot of people had the pox.
Right.
Sexual disease was rampant. Whatever actually happened between them is a bit of a footnote, really. Was it a man punishing a woman's rejection by suggesting she was losing her mind years later before she would build an entire prophetic career on the claim she heard the voice of God?
She wasn't the first, and she won't be
them
the last.
people are normally mad, aren't they? Allegedly.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? If you go back 2,000 years and you go, God spoke to me, he told me we need to build this ark, everyone would go, oh, fuck off now. No, they wouldn't. They'd be like, oh, wow. It's amazing. It's only for me, by the way, guys.
So you think?
I think most people would say.
If you say that now, if I go, oh, I'm speaking to God, you like goes, Ben's lost his fucking mind.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you? Let's face it.
For sure.
So by around 1792, in her early 40s, Southcott had left the Church of England and joined the Wesleyan Methodists in Exeter. And it was something around this time that something in her shifted. She became convinced she had supernatural gifts. She began writing and dictating prophecies offered in rhyme, delivered in a kind of automatic writing trance state.
She's like one of the first rappers, is she? Spitting rhymes.
Spitting rhymes, yes, while possibly high. She's in a trance-like state. She made an announcement that would define the rest of her life. She declared herself the Woman of the Apocalypse. Which I don't think is a bad title if you can get it. Claire, would you be happy with the title of Woman of the Apocalypse?
Yeah. Sounds metal.
Very metal. Now, whether that's to say it's the woman of the upcoming apocalypse, or you win a beauty contest after the apocalypse and you're the one with the least tumours from the radiation fallout.
Wow. Hoping it's the former.
Yeah. You know, Miss Apocalypse. Look at her there. Barely a blemish. So that's the figure described. The book Woman of the Apocalypse is the figure described in the book of Revelation, chapter 12, clothed in the sun with the moon under her feet, I believe. Also, it's the Scarlet Whore of Babylon.
Is it?
The Scarlet Woman who Crowley tried so often to find. Who never did. Well, he had many Scarlet women, but none of them were red-headed, sadly.
That was a bit of a fuck up, wasn't it?
He just liked to fuck. This isn't a small claim to make in Georgian England when everything's prim and proper in high society. It's like essentially declaring yourself as a literal, figure in the end times. Now, for the most declared prophets in provincial England, that would have been the end of the story. A strange woman with a following of a few dozen locals, forgotten within a generation. But she didn't stay provincial. In 1801, at the age of 51, she published a 9-penny pamphlet of her prophecies. It should have vanished without trace. Instead, it reached thousands of followers. More books followed, 65 of them over her lifetime, which is an extraordinary amount by a woman by her own admission with handwriting so poor she needed followers to transcribe her dictated visions into readable copy.
Oh, I bet that was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What mad shit is she going to come out with today?
Well, at least your job will be entertaining.
Well, there is that.
Oh, hydration break, do apologise. Her message spread fastest among women and the poor, but it didn't stay there. It reached educated, influential circles too. Lord Byron, of poetry fame, is counted among the prominent men of letters who took an interest in her. A Cambridge academic, the Reverend T.P. Foley, became a genuine and serious follower. And crucially, she gained the support of William Sharp, who was a well-regarded London engraver and mixed in high circles, who invited her to the capital in 1804 on what she said were the direct instructions of her prophetic voice. It's a bit mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then again, people are always willing to believe shit.
Yeah. When they got no tellies.
Oh, yeah.
It's
What you on about?
entertaining.
They believe more shit now, don't they?
In the age
Yeah,
of information, we do
Yeah.
believe more bollocks.
With the internet.
Because there's more bollocks to read and
That's
see.
true.
In London, Southcott began what was, for the period, a genuinely innovative piece of religious marketing. She started selling what she called seals of the Lord, not seals, as cute as they are.
Mm-hmm.
We get a lot of seal videos on Instagram. Sea lions and seals are great.
Steel clubbing videos, are they?
No. No.
Just checking with you.
What do you mean? My
I
Instagram.
can imagine that's one of your favourite pastimes.
What, seal clubbing?
Oh my.
It's a bit harsh.
No.
Christ almighty, you couldn't kill a seal, never mind a baby one.
Oh.
Fucking hell. What did you take me for?
Clearly I was joking for comedy effect.
I don't think you were. I think you're trying to retract.
Uh,
That's slander, sir. I'll see you in court. Now, these seals of the Lord were signed, folded piece of paper, sold for anywhere between 12 shillings and a full guinea, which isn't bad money. A full guinea?
Don't know how much that is, but
I think it's like it might be a guinea was usually gold.
was it?
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Yes, please do.
It's not
How
here.
much a guinea's worth?
I'll take over as fact check it.
Yeah, well done, Pete. You're one job.
Yeah.
You're not here.
It's too hot.
Oh. My handkerchief doth be wet with sweat. So anyway, these
What year was this?
1792, I think. Anyway, this piece of paper basically gets you a place amongst the 144,000 people named in Revelation as elected to eternal life. It is spiritual protection against Satan and by some accounts a promise of miraculous longevity.
A guinea was worth 21 shillings,
Right?
which is £1.01.
Okay, so it's over a
Pound
quid.
and 5 pence. In them days.
Yeah.
Today it'd be between 120 to 180.
Ooh.
That's not bad going, is it?
Not bad for a bit of paper, is it?
No, it's not bad at all. You've just scribbled your name on.
Mm.
This gets you into heaven. Might make you live longer. Satan won't get you.
She saw him coming, didn't she? She was just like rooting through the Bible.
Oh God, yeah. Well, she gets 100,000 followers by 1814. Concentrated mostly around London. It's just a pretty big religious movement for its time.
Fucking hell, she'd be all over it with TikTok, wouldn't she?
Fucking too right, she would, yeah.
TikTok shop, get your seal.
150 quid.
Only 144,000 to be produced, and they will be numbered. Protects you from Satan. May make you live longer and get you into heaven. Let's fucking do it. Let's just start selling these. Someone will buy them.
Yeah.
I'll explain fires are a matter for the course.
Yeah, we're not going to dose them in petrol. It's not bad, considering it's built on the strength of an uneducated Devon farm girl's claim to be hearing the voice of God, is it? It's not bad at all.
No.
It's the most amazing con, isn't it? If you're the only person that can speak to him,
Well, yeah.
then you're laughing. They've got to listen to you.
Claire, start speaking to God.
No.
Part of what spread the growth was that some of her prophecies, appeared to come true. An unexpected prediction of a bishop's death, for example, at a time skeptics had no explanation. And mainly, this is an issue, is that nobody but Southcott could reliably read her own handwriting. There's ample room to interpret or reinterpret a prophecy to fit what had just happened.
Bishop was probably 85.
It was unexpected. And if you look at Nostradamus, then, that pattern does fit nicely, doesn't it? Because he wrote very vaguely in rhyme. And people have been scrabbling for hundreds of years to make them prophecies fit. You know that one about Hitler where he says it's Hister. And they're like, oh, he's only a letter out. Or, oh, that was the Latin name for the Danube. And Hitler was born by the Danube. And you're like, yeah, just name him. You know,
Well, they might have like really vague sort
Mm.
of like
well, it's just
visions and stuff.
Just fucking name him. You got Hister. Come on, name him. That's my thing with prophecy. It's got to be spot on. I'm not interested. 'Cause,
Well, that's the problem with it, innit? It is vague. That's the whole point of it.
you know, even probably the most famous prophecy in history, which was the oracle at Delphi, told the Athenians to invest. The Persians were coming, and they told the Athenians to invest in the wooden wall. So there's three choices: you build a giant wooden wall around the city, you build several wooden walls around the city, or you build a navy. And they built the navy, which ended up saving them.
Okay.
But it's very vague, isn't it? It can be interpreted however you want. So let's get to the pregnancy. 1814, after 2 decades of being a prophet, Southcott made the announcement that would define her legacy far more than any of her books. At 64 years old, and by her own account a lifelong virgin, she declared she was pregnant with a new Messiah. A figure named in the book of Genesis as Shiloh.
Shiloh, I think.
Shiloh or Brian.
Uh,
He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy.
Mhm.
And will be a second saviour who will arrive ahead of the second coming of Christ.
Does she just go out into the streets, or does she just tell somebody and then someone else tells someone else? And...
She's written them in these pamphlets and people have read it.
Okay.
And then obviously important people at the time started believing and obviously invite her to parties and things. Guest speaker, I imagine.
She turns up smelling of dung.
Huh.
I don't know, maybe.
Milk, probably.
Milk, oh
She's
yeah.
Dairy
Yeah.
maid.
No, here's the part of the story. It tends to stop people cold. Not only because it's so strange, it's so genuinely well documented. She wasn't lying about how she looked. Southcott appears to have had some kind of medical condition that produced the physical signs of pregnancy, a swollen abdomen, and other symptoms consistent, at least to the eye, with genuine gestation. So presumably she managed to lactate as well.
Hmm.
And she would smell of milk.
There we go. Contemporary accounts and satirical prints even show her submitting to physical examinations by physicians to try to settle the question one way or the other, and no one could say yes or no.
What, they couldn't tell whether she got a baby in her belly or just a swelling?
No. So it's 1814, they're not going to do invasive surgery, there's no anaesthetic at this point.
Well, no, but why didn't they just wait 9 months, you know?
Well, they did.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
And they waited 10 months.
Oh.
And 11 months.
Yeah.
So on.
She's got a tumour then, hasn't she?
Well, whatever the medical reality, and modern historians generally suspect a tumour or a phantom pregnancy driven by the sheer psychological intensity of her own belief.
Okay.
The effect on her movement was electric. Preparations were made, an elaborate crib, reportedly worth many hundreds of pounds, was commissioned in London for the coming Messiah, and 100,000 followers waited. But come October the 19th, nothing happened. But Southcott's followers didn't just collapse into disillusionment, because it never does with these cults, does it?
No.
Never does. The explanation was spread that she'd gone into some kind of trance. The birth hadn't failed exactly so much as it had been mystically suspended. Southcott herself, according to later accounts, began to accept she might have been deceived by a false spirit rather than the true voice of God, which would have been a genuinely painful crisis of faith for a woman who, had staked her entire identity in the faith of 100,000 people on this exact moment.
Hmm.
She never gave birth. On the 27th of December 1814, a little over 2 months after the date she promised, Joanna Southcott died in London. She was 64. Probably was a tumour then, wasn't it?
Tumour, cyst, septicemia from a burst. You don't know. Many different reasons in it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You'd have to go with something, some kind of disease, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
So the story doesn't end with her death. It kind of begins in earnest. Long Before her death, as early as the period of Napoleon Sharp were first investigating her writings, a practice had developed in the movement of sealing up certain prophecies, tying them with cords and fastening them with wax seals, on the understanding they were not to be read until some future divinely appointed moment. Southcott herself is said to describe this to her closest followers as an instruction handed down at the very start of her visitation back in 1792, that her writing should be eventually bound and sealed under 7 seals, which is an echo of the 7-sealed scroll in the Book of Revelation, and one that only the Lamb of God is worthy to open. Personally, I need no shepherd, for I am not a fucking sheep. Over time, this collection of sealed material was gathered together and secured inside a single reinforced wooden box, kept for a period in the hands of William Sharp, the engraver, who'd first brought it to London. The instructions attached to the box were exact, and they are the entire reason this story still matters 2 centuries later. And it could only be opened at a moment of severe national crisis, and it could only be opened in the presence of all 24 bishops of the Church of England, which in her day was the complete member of the episcopate, all the bishops.
Yeah.
There was 26 bishops, and that's how many there is. And only after those 26 bishops had spent a fixed period of time seriously studying her prophecies.
24 bishops.
24. It's worth just letting that sit for a second, because it's kind of an audacious piece of institutional trolling, isn't it? You had Devon farm girl with no formal education, dismissed from domestic services, mad, has constructed a set of conditions that essentially forces the entire government hierarchy of the established Church of England to either engage publicly with her theology or be seen by tens of thousands of her followers to be too cowardly to open a box. Genius.
Why haven't they opened it then?
Because none of them want to study her prophecies, and there hasn't been a big enough national crisis, or no one knows where the box is.
And it has to be the Lamb of God, whoever that is.
Now, 4 decades, so 4 decades, not 4 the number 4, for decades after Southcott's death, her followers tried repeatedly to make the bishop's opening actually happen. Attempts were made to persuade the bishops to open the box during the Crimean War in the 1850s, which, for the Southcottians, plainly qualified as a moment of national danger, because fighting a war in Russia is clearly threatening Britain's national security.
Yeah.
At a time when Britannia rules the waves and the British Empire is at its peak.
We don't want to open it too late in the day, do you? You know, all the prophecies might have lapsed.
Oh, but it's like Drake's drum, innit? You ever heard that story?
Not sure, I don't think so.
Francis Drake, he had a drum on the ship. The ship that he used in the Armada, the ship's drum, used to beat to quarters and relay orders and things like that back in the day. He made this thing where he said if England ever was in danger, all we had to do was beat that drum and he would come out of Davy Jones's locker and save the day. King Arthur coming back, the Knights of Avalon, the Knights of Table, they're all sleeping under Avalon, and when the country's in threat of invasion and danger, Arthur and his knights will ride out one more time. We love this kind of thing as Brits. When the nation's in peril, one of our heroes will come back. Makes you wonder whether they beat the drum during the Second World War, I always think.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 1940, when the country's really under the threat of invasion, it's a legitimate possibility and they're expecting it any day. Then, yeah. Surprised me no drunk Navy blokes went to the fucking museum and fucking did it.
So you don't think it was British ingenuity, British character?
Well, of course I do, because Drake never came out of Davy Jones's locker and saved the day, did he?
You think it was something superstitious?
No, I don't. I'm just surprised that no one did it. Because we're a bit of a sucker for that as a nation. We like a bit of superstition. We think the old heroes would come back one day and save us, maybe. You know, we like to hark back, don't we, as a nation?
Yeah.
I think everybody does, don't they?
Well, what the Americans harking back to? They're not old enough. As a nation.
It'll be the 50s, won't it?
1776, they probably enjoy that. The revolution, but they don't get taught about the War of 1812 where we burnt the White House down. So, Church of England, unsurprisingly, was not eager to lend its institutional authority to the unverified prophecies of a Devon farm girl who predicted her own virgin birth of the Messiah. Church of England's very sensible, innit?
Can be.
You know. Then came the First World War. Now, so you'd argue this. I mean, First World War's pretty fucking catastrophic,
Yeah,
isn't
a
it?
bit nasty.
And renewed campaigns launched, letters went out, correspondence survives from Southcottian leaders in the early 20th century, pleading with bishops, quoting scripture, warning of the judgments of God descending on a careless nation, and again the bishops did nothing. And it's during this same period, the years after either side of the First World War, the movement finds its most important 20th century figures. 4 women in particular who kept Southcott's legacy alive into the modern era. Alice Seymour spent years re-editing and republishing Southcott's original 65 books. Rachel Fox, a Quaker and her friend Helen Exeter, became deeply involved in the cause. Exeter notably claimed to receive her own spiritualist messages about the box through automatic writing, which was in a style directly modelled on Southcott's own. And a widow named Mabel Baltrop, the godchild of the poet Coventry Patmore, I assume is famous, never heard of him myself, became perhaps the most consequential figure of all.
You know what automatic writing is, Claire?
Automatic writing? For what?
That's what they were claiming they were doing.
Right.
So
No.
it's used by psychics and people receiving messages from aliens sometimes.
Do you put pen to paper and let it
Yeah,
let it go?
just goes.
Yeah,
You go
I've
into
seen
it
that before, yeah.
You go into a trance and the words flow out of you.
Mm-hmm.
So Crowley wrote the Book of the Law, apparently. Oh no, that was dictated to him, to apologise.
By a demon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looked like an alien grey. Baltrop relentlessly petitioned bishops and clergymen to open the box. She partnered with Helen Exeter, whose automatic writing sessions eventually delivered a message that Exeter herself was destined to become the mother of Shiloh. Shiloh. A claim that led Exeter to adopt a new name for herself, Octavia, marking herself as the 8th in a lineage of prophets that the movement believes stretched back through history.
So at this point, they still know where the box is.
Yes.
Okay.
And with that, in Bedford in 1920, a new organisation was formed that would become the single most important custodian of Southcott's legacy for the rest of the 20th century, the Panacea Society.
I've heard of them. I don't know who they are, what they do, but that name rings a bell.
That sounds sketchy.
I mean, a bunch of lonely housewives thinking that this box contains the end of the world prophecy.
I don't remember. Just the name rings a bell. I've heard of it.
Well, it's one of the strangest religious movements 20th century Britain ever produced. Probably should have its own episode, maybe. But, here's what you need to know. Based in a cluster of ordinary terraced houses in Bedford, the society came to believe that their leader, Octavia, formerly Helen Exeter, was not just a prophet in Southcott's lineage, but herself was a spiritual embodiment of Southcott's own daughter, and by extension then a daughter of God. And they held that Bedford itself was quite literally the site of the Garden of Eden.
Huh.
So they're just sitting around a table, these women, and then they're just discussing this. How does it come about?
I guess they are, yeah.
I'm the daughter of God.
I shall call myself Octavia, as I am the 8th.
Wow.
Yeah. So they maintained a house in the town, fully furnished and prepared, waiting for the physical return of Shiloh. Shiloh. Why do I keep saying Sheila?
No idea.
Shiloh. After the second coming, so at least he's got somewhere to stay. It's nice of him. Just means they're running a guest house for Jesus.
Sounds like a Christian song, doesn't it?
Guest house for Jesus.
Yeah.
You know what? It sounds like a sitcom.
70s sitcom.
Yeah, guest house for Jesus. Jesus runs a hotel. runs a bed sit in Bedford.
Yeah.
Now, it's easy to laugh at this, like we just did, to be fair. But remember, these are not, the Panacea Society's members are not, by and large, unsophisticated people. Many were educated, connected women drawn from the emerging suffragette movement of the period. Sure, you're a big fan of the suffragettes, Claire. You like a bit of feminism, don't you?
I am, yeah.
Well, yeah, women can have the vote. No issue with that. You know.
You just
As
think
long
they
as
should
they
stay in the
vote for me.
kitchen, that's all.
Oh man, just putting words into my mouth right now. At least it's only words. No, Mike, I'm believing for a free and equal society, as you know.
Okay, good.
They were looking for a spiritual framework that placed female authority at its absolute centre in a way that mainstream Christianity did not, or not what we have as Christianity now.
Okay.
Because back in the day, before Jesus was at the Council of Nicaea declared the Son of God, there was a lot of worship for Mary Magdalene and Mary herself, and the sacred feminine played a big role in any, certainly you can
But you're
actually
going to say Jesus was a tranny then?
no. Well, there's obviously Jesus may well have been married if he existed. It would have been very unusual for at the time for a man of 30 and a rabbi, which the Bible describes him as, to be unmarried. Very, very unusual. So there is possibly the fact that whoever the man that Jesus was, I'm not saying he was a son of God, may well have been
A Sheila?
no. May well have been married and had offspring, which therefore reduces his divinity. For pre-Christian religion, the female is the sacred female, it's the centre, the womb is the chalice that births us all. Females are highly respected amongst pagan religions. Christianity turned that on its fucking head.
Yeah.
Mary Magdalene, she's a prostitute. Probably the most smeared woman in history.
Yeah.
After Princess Di. Now, throughout the 1920s and 30s, the Society's central driving project became exactly what the Southcottians had been trying to achieve for over a century. Getting the box opened by the bishops.
You think they'd want to open a virgin box, wouldn't you, the bishops?
Well,
They'd be chomping at the bit.
Well, yeah. Bishops. The clergy, full stop, really.
What are they afraid of? Aren't they just interested at all, no?
Well, yeah, you'd think so. But I suppose they're worried about what they are.
I guess on one hand they don't want to indulge this. If you acknowledge that it's something of importance and you've got to believe all that, and she was talking to God, and normally they're heretics, aren't they?
They could be considered that. I don't know where the Church of England stands on heresy, to be honest. Maybe it's something really simple. Maybe all 26 of them just couldn't
24 of them.
24 of them couldn't agree on a date. Maybe they're all busy.
Or maybe
you know what it's like trying to get a bunch of lads together. You say, "Hey guys, you all right for Friday?" Yeah. By Thursday, I can't. I got to pick the kids up now. Oh yeah, the missus isn't well.
They're bishops.
Yeah, it's the
They're
same.
not kids and not married.
Church of England can marry.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So, maybe it's that, the difficulty of trying to get 26 guys together on a single day.
Or maybe when they do open it, it will usher in the apocalypse.
Or they get to find out when it's coming.
It's meant to help if there's an apocalypse coming, isn't it?
Yeah, strictly speaking. In the time of the gravest national crisis. The problem was the Panacea Society, the ones most aggressively campaigning to have the true box opened, doesn't own it.
Who owns it?
Well, we're going to get to that. The first opening and first fraud. So, if they don't have it, who does? And most importantly, did anyone ever actually open one? Yes, is the answer to that. In 1927, Britain's one of the earliest, most famous ghost hunters, Harry Price, who also was a member of the Magic Circle.
We've mentioned him on the pod before, haven't we?
We did Borley Rectory, that was in Gazzo, the most haunted house in England. Harry Price, I think, at best was a serious ghost hunter, and at second best, a guy who hunted ghosts, realises nothing ever fucking happened, so started doing his own little magic tricks to convince people there were ghosts. Massively fantastic publicist, self-promoter, possibly a fraud, but I like him. He's got something about him, you know.
You admire his spunk.
As long as it's not splattered over my face or any other orifice. Yes. He announced that a box purporting to be Southcott's had been sent to him at the National Laboratory of Psychical Research in Kensington, delivered by a mysterious individual identified only as Mr. F.M., who claimed he'd held it for years. It had been held for years by a Welsh family of his acquaintance. Price's box was small, at 12 inches long, made of walnut with a heavy lid and 2 rusted steel bands wrapped around it. Ever the showman, and he was a showman. Oh, I've got to give Harry Price that. He first used it as a kind of test, inviting various professional mediums to attempt to divine its contents through psychic means before anyone looked inside. Whether or not that... Well, no, I don't know that anyone actually worked, because mediums didn't guess well to what was eventually found in the box. He also had the box x-rayed, which had been a new thing at the time. And finally, on the night of the opening at Church House, Westminster, he had it formally unsealed not before the 24 bishops that Southcott's own instructions demanded, but before precisely one, the Bishop of Grantham, who reportedly made it clear he was attending purely out of curiosity, and who had to remark the whole affair hadn't proved especially illuminating. But hey, one's better than 24.
Well, no, it's not. One's better than none.
Well, okay,
Not better
yeah.
than
No, it's
24,
not.
is it?
They're all going to turn up, are they? And what came out of the box once the seals were solemnly cut in front of the assembled press and onlookers was, well, depending on your appetite for anticlimax, either extremely funny or deeply disappointing. A lottery ticket, a dice box, a nightcap, a metal puzzle, and a printed almanac from 1715 that had nothing to do with Southcott at all. It was actually a book of prophecies written by one of her actual theological rivals. There were some old religious pamphlets, a partially unresolved calendar of the French royal court from 1793, and the most famously, the detail that outlived every other single object connected, a horse pistol, not even cocked.
So that's not the box, that's a different box.
Well, Harry Price will tell you it's the box. It's probably not.
Or you just found all these old things and put it in a box.
Yeah, I thought you'd have a bit of fun. Make some money against publicity.
Whether you believe them or not, isn't it?
Sorry, Harry, I probably don't. But I do find you enormously entertaining.
I wonder if the lottery ticket was a winner.
Presumably not.
I don't think you could claim it after 200 years.
I don't think so.
I don't think they had a 200-year-old lottery at all, Mike. They wouldn't have a lottery back then.
I don't know.
I wouldn't like to say. It's not a new concept, is it? But I don't think 200 years ago, no. The only lotteries you've had back then would have been in, like, getting picked for the draft. You're going to see. Bell and press ganging, though.
So you said lottery ticket, I was like, bam, bam. It's not the real box.
Yeah, there was no prophecies of national salvation, no message from God about the fate of England. A box that, according to its own believers' theology, was meant to contain the key to avoiding national catastrophe.
Well, here's something we didn't know. Lotteries are very common back then.
Well,
they had them for roads, harbours, hospitals, schools, public buildings, military expenses during wartime, and the English State Lottery ran regularly from 1694 until 1826.
Well,
okay.
Wow.
They could be £10 or more a ticket back in them days.
Oh, so only the rich are buying it then, aren't they?
Well, they might be.
But then again, she's earning a guinea a fucking letter, isn't she? She's earning a guinea for just an autograph sealed in some wax. She can afford it. Let me know if the ticket wins. Yes. Yeah. Southcottian loyalists reacted exactly as you'd expect. They rejected the whole thing outright. They pointed to the size and weight of Price's box arguing it simply just didn't match historical descriptions of the true Southcott box, which was by their account considerably larger and heavier, and would have needed not to contain a handful of trinkets, but a substantial body of sealed writings and correspondence. Southgate and her followers had spent decades sealing up. Their price in this, he could have been the victim of an elaborate hoax or had been complicit in staging one himself for a bit of that juicy, juicy money.
Mm.
Now, as far as the movement is concerned, the real box is still out there, still sealed, still waiting. And I present to you!
No.
Not really. Now, for decades after the Harry Price debacle, the true box, if it existed at all, remained in the hands of a family named Jewett, who were private individuals who notably had never joined the Panacea Society, but had quietly supported its long campaign to get the bishops to open it. That changed in 1957, following the death of the last Jewett family member connected to the box, Cecil K. Jewett. His widow formally handed the box, along with its supporting historical material, to the Panacea Society on the 27th of May, 1957.
So they've got the box.
They may well have a box. Well, they've definitely got a box.
Okay.
But if this has supporting historical material, for the first time in the Society's nearly 40-year existence, they actually had physical custody of it. And their response was to make its exact location an absolutely closely guarded secret, a policy that has never wavered to this day.
Ooh.
The Society acknowledged holding what they called the true box, but refused to disclose precisely where it was kept, stating only that it was in a secure storage somewhere within the Bedford area, under the bed in the Garden of Eden house, innit? I'm going to make a guess now.
Under the floorboards.
Under the floorboards in the Garden of Eden house. It would only have its whereabouts revealed once an actual meeting with the bishops had been formally arranged. They wouldn't even permit it to be photographed until 2002, 45 years after they'd taken possession of it. So, for the first time, they've got the genuine article, and it launched what became its most visible and in some ways most successful public campaign, running through the 1960s and into the 1970s.
Not that successful if they didn't get it open.
No, well, that's it. But they took out advertisements on billboards, national newspapers, including the Sunday Express, and carrying a slogan that has since become the single most quoted line associated with the entire saga. War, disease, crime and banditry, distress of nations and perplexity will increase until the bishops open Joanna Southcott's box.
They're fucking hurry up, aren't they?
Would you suggest
We're there now.
So, all right, okay. So a little hypothetical. Both of you, tomorrow, become Prime Minister.
Okay.
Do you lobby the bishops of the Church of England to open the box?
The first thing I do.
Ah!
My fuck.
I'm not sure it'd be that high on my agenda. If that group can't get the bishops to do it, you know, it'd be seen as I'm wasting my time. More pressing issues to.
But you're the
to
Prime
go on.
Minister.
Exactly.
You can
Well, the
do.
church is independent, isn't it?
All right, then you got the King. Hey, Charles, your Madge. Any chance you could get all the bishops in a room on one day for me? Let's see what happens. Let's just do it. Come on.
And open this box.
You can come too. You know, bring the wife and make a day of it. You know, what about it? I'd ask you.
And then it's like fucking Indiana Jones and.
Oh, you don't look at it as it
Oh, you
opens,
just-
Mike. I'm not. When it opens, mate. I'm not going to tell them a lot, but I'm going to close my eyes just in case.
Your face.
I don't think old
is
Charlie
loads.
boy's going to go for that.
I can't tell him to close his eyes because that would ruin my plan to succeed him. But
Sorry,
sorry.
does you stab him in the back?
Oh no!
Take his crown.
Whatever came in the box, stabbed Prince Charles in the back and told me to wear the crown. I believe it was the voice of God himself. Looks like I'm in charge.
King is dead.
Long live the king. Hail Caesar.
God help us.
Be a glorious utopia, Mike, and you know it. You two can have cushy government roles if you want.
No, because they'll call me to account. I'll have to actually do some work, potentially.
You can have a PA.
Oh, okay. I'm down for that.
To be fair. What would you like to
So
do?
now you're an absolute monarch, are you? Appointing fucking the government yourself?
Yeah. Caesar at this point.
Oh, wow.
I've always said I get stabbed to death during a political meeting. Or squashed to death by a woman's thighs. Either way.
Foreign secretary.
I'm not making you foreign secretary.
Yeah, I get to go on holiday all the time.
What about, I tell you what, what about ambassador to Jamaica?
Beautiful. That'll go. Be nice.
How's that?
Lovely, yeah.
Yeah? Mike?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I want something higher than that.
And what do you want?
Oh, I'll have Prime Minister then.
Oh, no, you're not having that.
You're the
I thought
king.
that-
Why can't he be the prime minister?
Because I don't trust him to run the country. You're not the Green Party. You're not doing that.
It'll be a glorious utopia.
No, that's my saying. You're enacting my will as Prime Minister.
Get on with it. Let's finish this box bollock.
Well, it's an extraordinary piece of religious marketing. You know, you get some apocalyptic rhythmic almost designed to lodge itself in the head of anyone who passed it on at a bus stop hoarding. And it worked in the sense that it kept Southcott and her box firmly in the national conversation of post-war Britain well over a century after her death. It also worked in an unexpected direction. It made the whole affair funny enough and famous enough to get absorbed straight into British comedy. In 1970, Monty Python's Flying Circus aired a sketch parodying a horse race called the Epsom Furniture Race, in which the imagined runners and riders included a chest of drawers, a hat stand, a wash basin, and tucked into the field and making a good run, Joanna Southcott's box.
Oh.
If you need proof that a 200-year-old apocalyptic prophecy has entered British cultural mainstream, can't really say bigger than Monty Python, can you? Still up there, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't they, even?
Fair play to her. You know, we're talking about it now, aren't we?
Yeah?
Talking
Yeah.
about a
Mad
box.
I tell you, Mike, what was that?
Nothing, carry on.
It runs, a cultural footprint does run a bit deeper than that. I mean, the writer G.K. Chesterton invoked her by name in his 1908 book, Orthodoxy, using believing in Joanna Southcott as a shorthand for a certain kind of dangerous hysterical self-belief.
I think a lot of people are believing in Joanna Southcott and her box at the moment.
Agatha Christie referenced to her both in a 1934 short story and a 1968 novel. My mum's a big fan of Agatha Christie. Watched many an Agatha Christie movie, I have.
My parents are the same.
Yeah.
They look like Catherine Cookson as well.
Oh, she's not into that one. That's all about horse riders and fucking, innit?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
loves
mum
that
likes
one.
it.
Yeah.
She used to have the books, but she never watched the films. It was Agatha Christie, Miss Marple, Poirot.
Oh, Poirot classic.
Who doesn't love a bit of Poirot? I know he's French, but you can't hold it.
Belgian.
Well, that's the same thing. You can't hold it against him, can you?
He's just a classic, isn't he?
He's a class man. He's a class act.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's no Benoit Blanc, though.
No.
Have you never seen the Knives Out film? Knives Out trilogy?
No.
You're on Netflix, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, Knives Out, Glass Onion, Wake Up Dead Man.
Okay.
Bit like Poirot, that sort of thing, isn't it?
Is it?
Daniel Craig plays this fantastic, the world's most famous detective with this fantastic Cajun accent. Benoit Blanc.
Oh. Okay.
They're really good, actually.
Yeah. The last one's the weakest, but the first two are pretty good. And
Okay.
there's a lot of cameos in them. A lot of people want to be in these movies. So it's quite a good cast. Decades later, Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman clearly drew on the whole Southcott legend for their novel Good Omens, which have you seen that? It's in the show? In which a female prophet's unheeded boxed-up predictions of the apocalypse get handed down to generations of custodians, which is basically Joanna Southcott's box with the serial numbers filed off. Recommend Good Omens for the first season, definitely.
Wouldn't you just open it if someone give you a box? I would.
Huh.
Well, the idea is in this,
Straight in
it's,
there, mate.
I can't remember what the book's called. It's like the nice and accurate prophecies of something, a weird name. And it's been passed down to every descendant. And all these prophecies in some way have come true, but they are a little bit vague. Like one of the prophecies, like the family made millions out of investing in Apple when it first started up. And it's because like, oh, the half-bitten apple shall grant thy wealth. And they're like, so the whole family's purpose has been like looking into these prophecies and figuring out how to decipher them.
Okay.
And obviously, then there's the one about the end of the world, which is when Aziraphale and Cowley have to turn up, and an angel and a demon who are mates have been living on Earth for 6,000 years together. Well, not together, but
I always thought the apple for apple was the apple in the Garden of Eden.
wow, you say that, but Apple themselves deny it.
Well, of course they do.
It's either the apple that fell on Isaac Newton's head, or potentially the apple that, oh God, what's his name? The guy who did the Enigma machines in World War II? Can't remember his name.
Tim, someone on it.
Tim? Tim? Do your fact check a bit? It'll come to me in like a second, I'm sure it will. But the guy that
he's the guy who invented
broke the German Enigma code in World War II. He invented the first computer to do it, called Colossus. It was the size of this room.
Yeah.
Probably bigger. Probably the size of this room and a kitchen. But it cracked the Enigma code, shortened the war by years. We knew what the Germans were doing. After the war, because it came out that he was a homosexual, he was sentenced to be chemically castrated.
I think I've watched a documentary or something about this.
Yeah. And it's Bletchley Park, isn't it? Where they did it.
Yeah.
Anyway, he chose to eat a cyanide-injected apple rather
Alan
than
Turing.
Alan Turing, there we go. Tim.
He's the guy that invented the internet, isn't he?
Possibly. Tim Internet.
Tim Berners-Lee or something.
Tim Internet, I think you'll
Tim
find.
Internet.
Tim Internet's his name. Now, despite everything, none of the bishops have ever agreed to convene to do it. Not one of them.
Well,
And it's not difficult to see why. I mean, she's claiming she's 64 and pregnant. She's got a box of prophecies. They don't want to do that. They just want everyone to turn up on a Sunday, give a few quid, say a few prayers, and go home and treat each other with respect. It's basically the point of it, isn't it?
mm-hmm.
Let's put it down every single fucking religion. Turn up on the given day, give a few quid, say a few prayers, go home, be nice to each other. Doesn't work though, does it?
I think the bishop only turns up at, like, like really big events. You get just the priest to do the weekly grind, don't you?
Yeah, but he's managing the priests, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
He's like their boss.
Yeah, so you'd think he'd have a bit of time to come for some tea and cake and open a box.
You'd think that, wouldn't you? Unless he's doing HR meetings over all the child abuse scandals.
Maybe.
Well, you're not so rife in the Church of England, is it? Well, if it is, you don't hear about it.
Well, you don't, do you?
It's mainly for Catholics for that, isn't it?
There's never any answers, is there? Because I suppose it's all kept behind closed doors, any of the, investigations that they do and stuff.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it?
Well, Boston Globe famously blew the lid on it, didn't they?
Yeah.
You ever seen the film Spotlight?
No, I haven't seen the film.
It's about it, yeah.
Well, the Catholics are definitely a bit renowned for it, aren't they? That's because they don't let them marry.
Could be it.
Yeah, the Church of England does, doesn't it? So maybe that's why it's not as rife.
Possibly. It's a sin, isn't it, I suppose?
Well, it should be a fucking sin anyway, shouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Let's face it, it should be a fucking sin. If it's not, it should be.
What, having sex?
No, with children.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, it's a sin to have sex before marriage in Catholic, isn't it? And all that lot.
Well, yeah, and of course, no contraception.
Yeah.
Either way, it's all a bit mad. So, bit of prophecy then. Obviously, let's just go. Let's pull in our thoughts here. Obviously, whatever this woman wrote in this box is probably fucking mental, isn't it?
That's my guess.
But I kind of like the ceremony of it. Like, you've got to have the 26 bishops.
24.
24.
I like the patter. I like the grift.
I love the grift.
Yeah.
I really admire the grift.
And she's still, you know, being talked about, she's still more famous than maybe you, me, Mike would ever be.
Well, I don't know me.
All right then. You know, so that's after her, isn't she?
Mm.
You
Oh.
know, innit?
Hey, 200. When was she born? Like 1770 something, yeah?
Mhm.
1780. Still talking about it. Her works are still being ripped off to give other works. I mean, Good Omens is a massive hit on Amazon and as a book. You know,
Maybe it has been open. It was a load of bollocks, so it was better sealed.
do you think Harry Price opened the real one?
Nah.
Is that just because of a distrust of Harry Price generally, or just he loved a grift too?
Well, how did he get hold of it?
Because he was sent to him anonymously.
I'd have opened it up straight off the bat, gone, oh fucking, that's a load of bollocks in there. Let's seal it back up and see, and you know, the story continue because it's worth more as a legend.
Worth more as a story than ever will be to
Because-
open the
yeah.
box.
Once you open it, the mystery's gone.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, the grift, love it.
the grift. It's all about the grift nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's, especially with religion. Well, religion's the oldest grift of all time, isn't it? Let's face it.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see a young working class woman get in on this,
Yeah.
break them barriers down in an age when women weren't expected to be anything other than maids and wives. You know, when there was no women's rights, she broke the mould.
And through the ages, if you're ever sort of like put on a pedestal and you know, people are following you, usually you get a quite nasty death. So she didn't, you know, she didn't have a really nasty. Well, you know, she might have died quite painfully, but you know, she wasn't stoned by the village people or anything like that.
What
because-
is the village people? The cowboy, the builder, the biker,
The
and the
Indian.
You know, the lead singer died the other week.
YMCA.
No way.
Yeah, I think he was the he's the cop,
Ah.
the biker cop. He died the other week. He was the lead. I didn't know he was the lead singer. I guess they all sang
Well,
equally.
yeah.
What I'm saying
I
is,
wonder if Trump's going to apply for that position.
You may do.
historically, strong women, like through like the ages,
Yeah.
are usually put to death.
Yeah,
But
it's
Called
just-
witches.
It's a waste of everyone's time, innit? It's just nonsense.
What, this whole story?
Yeah. If you had
Oh, what a
100,000
jaded
followers,
view.
100,000
That's a
followers.
That's a lot for
That's
that
a
then.
lot,
That's
man.
like 10 million these
Yeah,
days.
she conned that many people.
It's all about the
believing
grit,
bullshit.
right?
It's 1814. The population of Britain is probably only 10 million.
To be fair, she probably swindled a lot of dumb rich people out of money with them.
There's also that.
So, fair play to her for that, but...
Yeah. Oh, now she's taking money from the rich. You're all right with it.
But she wasn't given to the poor.
She...
Shouldn't fucking Robin Hood.
So, yeah, it's just nonsense.
I wanted to open it.
Well, yes, so do I, to find out what a load of bollocks it was and we can move on.
But the fact that they can maintain a house in Bedford's in London, eh? Is it just suburb of London? I'm sure it's got to be because she was
Not
popular
far,
in
not
London,
far
wasn't she?
from-
It's probably a decent suburb. Probably a nice little house. I mean, it's got to be a nice house. It's the guest house for Jesus, isn't it?
Mm,
It ain't going to be somewhere you walk in the door and there's a crackhead and it's slumped against the wall, is it?
Might be
yeah.
now. We don't know. We might be left in
No,
ruins.
it's probably still a Garden of Eden amongst the ruin.
Yeah.
I like it. I admire the grift. I always love a bit of prophecy. As much as I say it's all bollocks, I love a bit of prophecy. I love a bit of ceremony, like open the box in the nation's darkest hour.
Mhm.
I shall show you the way. You know, I love that kind of shit.
So you're actually on the fence with this, are you?
Oh no, it's whatever she's got in that box is either long
Right.
come. I bet she didn't see past fucking like 5 years after her death. I bet there's nothing in there, or it'll be something to if the nation's in peril. Believe in the spirit of England or something like that. It's something just genuinely ambiguous because she's like laughing her fucking tits off from beyond the grave. But she's created this fucking myth. She's ensured her. She's got a little slice of immortality, and I kind of admire it
Mhm.
because isn't that what everybody wants? Just that little slice of immortality.
No, I want to die.
Whether it's through children, which is or
I
you
wanna
know.
die unknown and forgotten.
All right, you know what? If this country goes to war, I'm going to shoot you in the face, ditch your body, everything. You're going to be like Project Mincemeat, Operation
There we go.
Mincemeat. Just throw me out of a ship with the battle plans on them, the fake battle plans on them. You can do that.
At least I would have achieved something in my life.
Man, have you ever considered seeking psychiatric help? You've been quite down this episode.
It's
Very
the story's
pessimistic.
put me down.
How dare you blame Joanna Southcott's box to bring you down, sir? I bet that box could have given you many hours of joy.
No, it's just left me in despair for humanity.
Oh, I love the ceremony of it. I love a good apocalyptic prophecy with a bit of ceremony. Are you, Claire?
Yeah, love it. Just a piece of history now, isn't it?
Yeah, let's just go and fucking find it and open it. What about if we just get 26 mates together? 24 mates together. Well, another 21 mates together. There's 3 of us in the room. We all dress in bishop costumes.
I think we've
Bit
got
of cosmetics.
I think we've got to kidnap the bishops.
I don't want to go down that route.
No.
I just want to do a bit of fancy
What,
dress.
and where are you going to go to find it, Ben?
We go to a house in Bedford and
Yeah.
say, look, we're all here.
It's not under the floorboards there, is it?
It is. You know full well it is. It's in a secret, undisclosed, impregnable location. Yeah, it's under the floorboards. Come on, we know it's here. Right, we're all here. We're all bishops. We're all the bishops.
They're not going to have it. It's a secret, isn't it?
Give us your prophecy. So yeah, on that note, let's end the show. I've been Ben. Thank you very much for listening. Don't drink the flavour, don't join a cult. Do as thou wilt. Mike, and that's it. Thanks for listening. Mike.
I've been Mike. Thanks for listening. Peace out. May the force be with you.
And I've been Claire. Thanks for listening. Keep an open mind, but not so open that it spills out your ears.
And let's not forget, it's being recorded while the World Cup's on.
Yeah.
It's coming out.
Let's hope so.
No, manifest it.
Manifest it's coming out.
Manifest it. It's coming out.
It's coming out.
I'm starting to believe after that Mexico game.
Manifest it.